Let's take a look at this 6'8" Kansas commit out of Sunrise Christian Academy, Gradey Dick. Obviously, with this kid, you want to start with the shooting, and I first want to highlight the amount of gravity he has off ball and the spacing it will create for his teammates. So I know this is strong side corner, and you don't help off strong side shooters, but look how attached this defender is. You see clips like this all the time from the defense, and the amount of space it opens up for his offensive teammates. And what happens when you don't do that is you end up giving a wide open shot. So here they help off strong side corner, and he's going to knock down wide open catch and shoot. Doesn't have a low or elongated dip, which I love, combined with the fact he has a high release at already being 6'8". He can really knock down shots over contests when defenders are there, which we'll see on the next few clips. He can do it off the bounce, so utilizing a ball screen going to his left, able to knock that one down. Now we're going to see him going to his right, and again, able to knock this down over a contest from the defense. So really doesn't seem to bother him a whole lot because of how high his release is and how tall he is. He can also make shots off movement. Saw a lot of reps and possessions of him running off screen. So here's a baseline triple for Gradey Dick. Now, one thing I do want to highlight, he's going to miss this one, but you see it still looks smooth. He has a little bit of that lean to the left. You can see that body lean. What I like is it doesn't throw his miss off to the left or right. He just misses short. So that's just a little thing he'll continue to get better at. But again, he can absolutely make shots off the move like you see here again against a tough contest. And then you just see him in all sorts of off-ball action that are going to translate to when he plays in the NBA. This is an action you see a lot, a staggered away. First guy curls, he comes off the second one, shot fake, goes to the step back against the contest, misses short. I would much rather see his misses be short than to the left or right. But overall, he shot 47% from three on 78 attempts from the stats via the season ticket. And then he also has a little bit of off-the-bounce mid-range game. So we're going to talk about his off-the-bounce game in general, probably his biggest area for improvement. But you see a real smooth 1-2 dribble pull-up here, high off the glass, again off a contest from a big man. And then one more, again going to his right. You're going to see him able to rise up over a double contest, just that high release, able to knock down tough shots. So whether it's from three or the mid-range, off the dribble, off movement, catch and shoot, he's able to make shots. He's doing it at a high level and at a high efficiency. Now, the biggest area of improvement for Gradey Dick is definitely his off-the-bounce game. You see him using ball screens, going into pull-up jumpers, not attacking. He's kind of settling for jump shots. You see the handle's a little bit loose right there as he gets ripped. Here, off-ball movement, reads the screen well, creates an advantage to drive this, and you're going to see he just doesn't look quite as comfortable with the ball in his hands when he's trying to attack the basket. Ends up getting called for a travel on that one. Even this one, and we're going to talk about his passing in just a second, even if he just gets in here, draws at another defender and passes it out. But you see, because he's such a high-level shooter, he's going to shot fake. I think he attacks this gap right here, get himself into the lane around this free throw line, either hit that sweet pull-up jumper or create for a teammate, and instead he kind of settles for the pull-up jumper. So I do think there's some room for growth in that area. There's some transition opportunities where he tried to go finish at the rim and either got blocked or simply missed. So maybe even if it's not getting all the way to the rim, it's just this. Again, he's going to have opportunities. When you're as a high-level shooter as Gradey Dick is, you're going to have opportunities to get into the lane and attack defenses. Maybe it's just making that floater. I alluded to his passing, so this is what I was talking about. Just attack these closeouts, and he's a good passer, high awareness guy. You see him find an open teammate for a bucket there. He only averaged 1.3 assists per game. He also only averaged 0.6 turnovers. I don't think he averaged that low of assists because he's a bad passer. He just doesn't put himself in opportunities. He's going to be a ball mover, a guy that runs the offense. You see a nice one more pass there in transition. I don't worry about any of those things. A couple other things offensively. High-level offensive rebounder. I don't have the exact numbers, but in the film I watched, he did this quite a bit. So you see he's not a bad athlete at all. So he's a guy that's going to attack the offensive boards. And then off-ball movement. I've talked a lot about his shooting. Well, he can utilize that to go backdoor or coming off screens. If this guy's going to chase him over the top, he's got to curl this to the basket and get a layup. And you see his natural instinct is to stay out here at the three-point line. And I think he can improve and grow as a cutter. As we transition to the defensive side of the floor, I think he can be an all-around really good team defender. So we're just going to see some rotations here. Baseline drive, he immediately is aware, sees it. It is his rotation. rotation. It's not his teammates' rotation. He goes as well. But this is Gradey Dick's rotation. You see him get there, able to contest without fouling late in the clock there. And then here it ends up being a turnover forced by his teammates, but you're going to see him recognize the rotation and come. He's just very good at being aware off the ball, making those rotations, and it actually ends up being a thing where he can be disruptive. He forces turnovers, almost 2 steals a game. I love this. So he makes the rotation. He knows the one more pass is coming, does a great job getting his hand in the passing lane. Multiple possessions where he was disruptive, just being aware and being able to get his hands in the passing lane. And then he does take charges. So I know people, maybe this isn't your favorite thing to highlight. Off ball, on ball, you see here in transition, does a nice job getting in front of the ball handler. Very willing to give up his body and take charges. And then on the ball, I think he's going to be good enough. I'm interested to see what positions he's able to guard and what kind of versatility he offers, but he uses his length. He knows what he's good at. You see him do a good job getting over the top of the ball screen on that one, staying in front. And then one more here, guarding a smaller offensive player. You see him give just a little bit of space, stays down, stays in front for the most part. There's a few possessions here where he does good initially, but then now he can use his length to at least make a tough contested shot. His teammate ends up coming over here to help, giving up the dump off, but I think he can be a decent enough on-ball defender. So overall with Gradey Dick, high-level shooting. That's where it starts. In all ways from the three-point line, catch and shoot, transition, off the dribble, movement, all of those things. I like the mid-range pull-up game. Would like to see him increase his ability off the bounce, whether it's just floater, getting all the way to the rim, and showcasing that passing, and improving his off-ball cutting and off-ball movement, utilizing that shooting to his advantage. And then defensively, I just think he can be a really good piece of an all-around good defensive team.